Welcome, everyone. This set of modules is on diversity of thought. And diversity of thought is a very important part of collaboration. And in diversity of thought, it not only introduces differences in perspective, but differences in approach. And boy, do we have different approaches to problem solving and idea generation on teams.
Oh.
So the first discussion I'd like to have is when you look at the diverse ideas on the team, what do we often think of when we think of diversity?
We think of culture, race, age,
Gender,
Gender.
Gender.
right?
Education.
Maybe country of origin,
Mm-hmm.
somewhat.
Yeah. Culture.
Yeah, culture,
As an
yeah.
experience too.
On the
Previous
team.
experience,
Yeah.
yeah.
On the team, what do you see really drives diversity of thought? Is it those things, or is it other things?
other things.
Other things could be how someone processes information. Are they a
Exactly.
global thinker versus a detail-oriented thinker?
Introvert, extrovert.
Right.
Feeler.
A thinker versus feeler?
Filler.
Mhm.
Oh boy, that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And so, we take these assessment tools. Is someone who's highly detail-oriented and process-oriented, are they going to think differently than someone who's very people-oriented and
Oh,
dominant?
definitely.
Like night and day.
Definitely.
Right. So in the diversity of thought, what have you learned about what you have to learn about yourself and others to listen to those ideas?
For me, being open to what they have to say and being open to their ideas, whether or not it's the best idea, maybe we have to try it and see, but just being open to listening to that and not shutting down.
One thing for me that I found really helpful is on a team, I almost have to look at my teammates like I would children. I need to figure out how they process information. I need to really, as I'm speaking to them, I need to find out I look at their body language. I look at whether they're looking at me or they're not active listening, because it's because I'm in that relationship with all of them. Everybody is different. Everybody does relate differently, and I like to get to know each of my teammates, and then that way I can, because I'll be able to deal with you one way. Not that I'm not going to have a different message for you, but I know that you'll receive my message differently than she does, or that Paula does, or that Alla does, or vice versa. So I think that that's really important too.
What would you say, Brittany?
I'm just not on my A game today. Sorry.
The question is,
My
when you
third
look
one, I
at
can't do it.
when you look at diversity on your team, what have you learned about listening to diverse ideas?
Well, I think the best part is when you sit back, when you figure out who they are
Yeah.
and how
Yeah.
they work, and then it's easier,
A lot.
a lot easier to. Like I know Asia, like she has to have everything this way, and I give her the information. She's gonna take it and she's gonna remember it. I mean, she's like my 411. And then there's Miss Asia. I mean, Miss Vera, who you have to take it a little bit slower to break it down some more.
And with
Next
Deborah, you just give her the bottom line.
Exactly.
And then if she wants you to color in the pictures, she'll tell you and she'll pull it out of you. But if you, or me too, if you give me a 15-minute orientation,
No, she's really good with me. She's like, just give me the high points. Okay, I got that.
right.
So I get it now. I mean, or I can tell she'll start getting delays. I'm like, okay, I'm done.
But once you understand that, it's easier to
Right.
be able to give everyone what they need.
So a key thing in diversity of thought and honoring it is you have to understand that person's communication style
Sure.
and their listening style.
Yeah. Or recognize the fact that maybe they're going through a change and
Right.
they're working on themselves. And so the way that they were, and if they're really trying to become more of an active listener or they're trying to be a better communicator, then both of you help each other through that process.
And for me, is I take an example, Deborah and me. Deborah, I think the word she uses is she's an organic thinker. She's a spatial thinker. And I'm very logical, sequential.
Yeah.
So you can imagine, I mean, it's good to have those two different perspectives. But what happens to her when I try to take her through step 1, then step 2, then step 3, right?
Yeah.
She's like, oh no, I like I'm a teacher candidate. I haven't felt right if they're right yet. You know, I'm like, well, they've done this, they've done these 16 steps, they've got to be good. And she's like, no, because those different perspectives are what keep the school safe
Mhm.
and drive excellence. But it's hard, isn't it, sometimes?
Very
Exactly.
much so.
Right.
So you have to find the balance between the step 1 and 2 and the organic.
You have to let people process information the way they process it.
Mm-hmm. And give them that time.
Digesting system is different.
Yeah.
You have to digest it.
Yes. Okay, thank you.